Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that affects so many of us, whether we realize it or not: faith in the digital age. I'm talking about how social media, the endless scroll, and the constant pings on our phones are shaping what we believe, how we connect, and even how we doubt. Let us start with a simple question. When's the last time you went a full day without checking your phone? It's tough, right? Our lives are deeply intertwined with the internet. We work, we shop, we connect with friends, and increasingly, we explore and express our faith online. This digital world offers incredible opportunities. We can access sermons from pastors halfway across the world, join global prayer groups, and find communities of believers who share our specific interests and questions. For someone feeling isolated in their local community, finding a tribe online can be a lifeline. It's evangelization for the 21st century, reaching people where they are, scrolling through their feeds. We see inspiring quotes, worship videos, and testimonies that can genuinely brighten our day and strengthen our resolve. But there's another side to this digital coin, a side we need to talk about honestly. Let's talk about the algorithm. Social media platforms are designed to keep us engaged, to keep us scrolling. They do this by showing us more of what we already like. If you start liking posts about a certain theological viewpoint, the algorithm will feed you more and more of that same content. This creates what we call an echo chamber. We end up in a bubble where everyone seems to agree with us, and our beliefs are constantly reinforced. It feels good. It feels validating, but it can also make our faith brittle. When we're never challenged, when we never have to wrestle with different perspectives, our understanding can become shallow. A faith that hasn't been tested is a faith that might not stand up when a real-life crisis hits. We need a faith that's robust, that's thought through, not just one that's been curated for us by a computer program. This leads to another major issue: online hate and polarization. The same algorithms that build our cozy echo chambers can also build walls between us and others. When we only see our own side, it becomes incredibly easy to misunderstand, misrepresent, and even demonize those who believe differently. Anonymity on the internet can bring out the worst in people. Comment sections can become battlegrounds. We see people who claim to follow a path of love and grace spewing venom at strangers. This isn't just a bad look. It's corrosive to our own souls. Engaging in that kind of negativity, even just by reading it, can fill us with anger and judgment. It can make us forget the core tenets of our faith, principles like kindness, empathy, and loving our neighbor. The digital world can trick us into thinking that winning an argument is more important than showing compassion. Then there's the constant, overwhelming distraction. Our spiritual lives require stillness. They require space for reflection, prayer, and quiet contemplation. But how can we find that stillness when our phones are buzzing every few seconds with notifications? Social media is a fire hose of information, opinions, and entertainment. It's designed to capture our attention and hold it. This creates a kind of spiritual attention deficit. We might sit down to read a holy text or to pray, but our minds are already racing, conditioned by the rapid-fire pace of our social feeds. We crave the next hit of dopamine from a new like or a funny video. This constant state of distraction can slowly erode our ability to connect with the divine on a deeper level. It's like trying to have a heart-to-heart conversation in the middle of a loud rock concert. It's just not going to work. The sacred requires a bit of silence. And what about doubt? The internet is a vast ocean of information, and not all of it is helpful. If you have a question or a flicker of doubt about your faith, a quick search can pull up thousands of articles and videos, many of them specifically designed to dismantle your beliefs. You can fall down a rabbit hole of critical arguments, historical controversies, and scientific claims that seem to contradict what you've always been taught. Now, questioning and wrestling with doubt is a normal, even healthy, part of any mature faith journey. But the internet can supercharge this process in an unhealthy way. It presents a barrage of opposition without the context, nuance, or pastoral guidance you might get from a trusted mentor or community. It can feel like your faith is under a full-scale assault, leading to anxiety and a crisis of belief that feels overwhelming and isolating. So, what do we do? Do we just delete all our apps and go live in a cave? For most of us, that's not a realistic or even a helpful solution. The digital world is here to stay. The key is not to run from it, but to engage with it wisely and intentionally. We need to become mindful consumers of digital media. First, let's curate our feeds for our well-being. Unfollow accounts that consistently make you feel angry, anxious, or judgmental. Actively seek out voices that are thoughtful, gracious, and challenge you in a healthy way. Follow people you disagree with, not to argue with them, but to understand their perspective. Break out of that echo chamber. Second, we need to create sacred, tech-free time and space. Maybe it's the first hour of your day. Maybe it's during meals. Maybe it's a full day on the weekend. Put your phone in another room. Turn off notifications. Allow your mind the space it needs to be quiet, to pray, to think deeply, and to just be present in the real world. This is a spiritual discipline, just like prayer or fasting, and it's essential for our time. Third, when it comes to doubt, don't go it alone online. The internet can be a place to start asking questions, but it shouldn't be the final destination. Take your questions to real people. Talk to a trusted pastor, a mentor, a friend, or a small group. A healthy community is the best place to wrestle with tough questions because it provides support, wisdom, and a loving context that a web page simply can't offer. And finally, let's change how we engage. Instead of using social media to prove we're right, what if we used it to listen? Instead of jumping into arguments, what if we used it to offer a word of encouragement? We can be a force for good online. We can be a calming, gracious presence in a world of digital chaos. Our faith journey in this digital age is complex. The internet offers both powerful tools for connection and significant challenges to our spiritual health. It's a landscape of echo chambers, distraction, and doubt, but also one of community and opportunity. The path forward isn't about rejecting technology, but about mastering it. It's about being intentional, setting boundaries, and remembering that the goal of our faith is not to win online debates, but to cultivate a deep, resilient, and loving connection with the divine and with the people around us, both online and off. Thanks so much for watching today. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. How has social media impacted your own faith journey? Let's start a thoughtful conversation in the comments below. And if this resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more content. See you next time.